Hello, my friends. It is I, Eric, here at Carnage Reviews. You know what I haven't done in a while? Piss off YouTube. And what better way to piss off YouTube, and possibly the internet, than to look at one of the most controversial films ever made, A Serbian Film. With a documentary on the creation of the film and an extended version of the movie coming out soon, I thought this would be the perfect time to talk about this very polarizing film. Before I get down to the snuff of the matter, see what I did there, just a quick reminder to please consider subscribing to the channel. Just click that subscribe button along with the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content. Semi-retired porn star Milos has a wife and young child and is finding life difficult due to financial problems. An old friend from the industry makes him aware of a big project being made in Serbia that will pay him big money. Milos is told by the film's very enthusiastic director that the project is an art film and that there is a script, but he will not be told what's in the script and he will be instructed what to do as it happens. Due to the money, Milos agrees, but as things develop, he realizes he may have signed up for more than he bargained for. The word of the day, kids, is snuff. Snuff. S-N-U-F-F. Snuff. I first heard about A Serbian Film when I was in college. I remember sitting in my dorm room watching the film trailer and just being absolutely memorized by the song that was used in the trailer, which is the main theme song of the movie. It's amazing how a song can be both catchy and unsettling at the same time. When it comes to the viewers of A Serbian Film, there's no middle of the road here. You either love this movie or you absolutely hate it. Given the subject matter and the way the film depicts it, I can understand how people have strong feelings about it. But is A Serbian Film really as bad as they say it is? While it is an extremely graphic film, is it violent just for the sake of being violent? Is it shocking just to be shocking? Yes and no. This film gets a lot of hate from horror fans, both in social media and in reviews. There's one scene in particular that really gets people upset. A Serbian Film is very sexually violent. It holds nothing back. It goes places very few filmmakers dare to go. Is the film graphic and violent just for the hell of it? Is it simply just meant to shock you? Well, yes, the movie is meant to shock you. However, there's a lot more intent behind the movie than meets the eye. It wasn't made just simply to upset you or make you feel offended. This movie is a result of anger and frustration. The film industry in Serbia heavily relies on funding from public television and the European Union Arts Council. I'm no expert on the film industry in Serbia. Who'd have thunk it, right? But basically, to sum things up, due to where the money's coming from, filmmakers in Serbia are forced to make a certain type of movie, usually something that has an agenda or that's very politically correct. So, a Serbian film is a response to that. In fact, the filmmakers have said in interviews that a Serbian film is a parody of the film industry in Serbia. The very first time I watched a Serbian film, I rented it off Amazon of all places. And it was fully uncut too, which really surprised me. What's funny is that, at least I think, I'm pretty sure that the day after I watched it, the movie was gone. It was just off Amazon completely. For some reason, the subtitles were out of sync by maybe 30 to 60 seconds, so it made it a little difficult to follow. I mean, I was still able to kind of know what was going on, but it just made it a little annoying. It didn't take away from the overall shock value, though. But after I watched it, I was determined to see the movie again. I managed to find a DVD copy of the movie, but to my disappointment, it was censored. Lame. Luckily for me, in 2020, Unearthed Films re released the movie on Blu ray and DVD, fully uncut. I pre ordered that sucker on day one. So, like the August Underground movies, I can't really say that I love this movie. But you know what? I will say that I really like A Serbian Film. In fact, I think it gets unfairly judged as being torture porn or a film that exploits children. I think what happened with A Serbian Film is that once it was released and word started spreading about it and people started talking about what happens in the movie, especially that one particular scene that gets everybody upset, naturally, with it being the internet, even if someone hasn't seen the movie but they hear about one particular thing they don't like, they're just going to start shitting on it. Don't get me wrong, any violence or inappropriate contact towards a child, in a film or otherwise, is upsetting and disturbing. And if you wouldn't find subject matter like that disturbing or upsetting, then there's something wrong with you. That's the point, though. It's meant to be upsetting and disturbing. The movie's meant to make you angry. And if you don't like these type of movies, there's one solution. Don't fucking watch these type of movies. The film itself isn't promoting the brutality that's happening on screen. It's not in favor of these disgusting acts, and it's certainly not defending it. Horror is meant to show you the dark side of life, to allow you to experience something horrific while at the same time feeling safe. I know I say that a lot, but it's true. Art and storytelling are subjective. There's no right or wrong way to produce a piece of art or to tell a story. If everyone told the same story or produced the same type of artwork, it would be boring, it would be soulless. You can't produce art or tell a story on an assembly line. It has to be done naturally, it has to be organic. That's why I think a lot of Hollywood movies suck today, because it's just a copy of something else. It's the same story over and over again, told in maybe a slightly different way. It's just remake after remake of something that usually was better in its original form. This is the type of stuff I think about when watching a Serbian film. Art is subjective. Just because one person doesn't like something doesn't mean that the next person isn't going to like it, and it doesn't mean that it's terrible. So if I don't like something but you like it, doesn't mean you're wrong or I'm wrong. It doesn't mean that it's bad. For example, I don't like Nickelback. I hate them. But a lot of people like Nickelback. So just because I don't like them doesn't mean they're a terrible band. But for the record, Nickelback fucking sucks. And say what you want about the content or storytelling of a Serbian film, but from a technical standpoint, the movie looks amazing. The colors just pop and they're vibrant. The picture looks great. The camera shots look interesting. It's very well edited. And it's just a very technically sound movie. I would love to see a 4K upgrade of this film someday. The music is also very well done. There's something hypnotic about it. It grabs your attention, it makes you focus on the film, and makes it so you don't want to look away, even at the parts where you do want to look away. If you haven't seen a Serbian film, should you? Well, that depends. If you're a fan of extreme horror or exploitation movies, then yes, I think you should check it out. It's a very technically sound, well made movie that has good special effects, good music, and a good story. Yes, there is a story here, despite what some may tell you. Overall, it is a very graphic film and it is disturbing, but really, it's not as graphic as some people claim it to be, though it is pretty graphic, I'll say that. If you're a fan of more mainstream horror films like the Conjuring series, there's nothing wrong with that. You can definitely like those movies. In fact, I enjoy those movies every now and then from time to time. But if you're a fan of that type of horror and you consider like Saw to be extreme, well, you're probably going to want to stay away from this movie. Overall, though, I give A Serbian Film 5 skulls. Thanks for checking out today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please tap that like button. And if you've seen a Serbian film, whether you liked it or hated it, let me know. Tell me about it in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Well, if YouTube doesn't ban me, I'll see you guys next Monday. Remember, don't leave your dirty movies lying around the house, because otherwise you're going to have little Timmy over there watching your copy of Debbie Does Dallas, developing some very interesting questions for you in his head. Well, guys, take care.